Get cash for clothes at Plato's Closet in North Charleston and West Ashley. It's so easy. Recycle, earn cash, repeat. We pay cash on the spot for your trendy, gently used clothing, shoes, and accessories. At Plato's Closet, we buy all seasons, all day, every day. It's time to clean out your closet and cash in. Bring in your denim, graphic tees, athletic wear, shoes, handbags, and more. Sell your styles to Plato's Closet for cash. Then, do it again. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.
Hey, it's Kim Commando Today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to commando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. Let's kick things off with something super interesting. And I bet your kids are watching Ski Bitty Toilet. Yes, I said Ski Bitty Toilet. It's the rage among kids, say 10 years old, on YouTube. Now, here's the deal. It is potty humor. You have this army of singing heads that pop out of toilets to take over the world. Okay, I'm not sure I get it. They're very unattractive. And these toilet-headed people, they fight other people built out of hardware. There's explosions. There's no dialogue at all. It's super scary. I don't know if it makes sense. I can't even give you the name of the YouTube channel because it has a little spicy word in it. But the channel has 20 million subscribers, and these clips have been viewed 2.2 billion times. Okay. So if you've got kids in that age group and you're wondering what they're doing on their phone or their device, you might want to say, hey, are you guys watching Ski Bitty? And then they're going to look at you like, how did you know about that? How did you know? That's right. But let me tell you, toilet jokes aren't my favorite kind of humor, but they are a solid number 2. Oh, yeah. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's called The Kim Commando Show because I'm America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Commando, here with you once again. I'm so thrilled that you're here. And if you're a brand new listener to the show or podcast, hey, welcome. And if you're a regular listener, so glad to see your smiling face again. And you've joined the right place because every single thing is now a tech thing, and you can find the show on over 420 top stations across the United States, and we're streaming in your favorite radio app. And then you can also find us as a podcast, as a webcast, commercial-free, over at commando.com. What you want to do is just hit that yellow button that says the Commando Community. And a special shout-out goes to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio, serving more than 375,000 American servicemen and women in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard, and the Space Force in 175 different countries. Hello, all you guys and gals. And our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open at 1-888-825-5254 is the way to join us. And if you need immediate tech support to fix your Wi-Fi, your printer, set up a brand new device, whatever it may be, okay? What you want to do is use getkimshelp.com. You want to head over to getkimshelp.com. It's $14.99 a month. You can buy it just by the month. And guess what? You can actually use that support service as many times as you want during that month for that $14.99. Once again, that address is getkimshelp.com. Every single day, I go to at least 30 different websites to make sure that I'm up to date on all things digital, which means that you're up to date as well. And here are 5 things that you need to know that's happening in tech right now. And we're going to start with fembots. Yeah, make no mistake, a real honest-to-goodness relationship just takes a ton of work. You have communication, you have good times, of course you have bad times. And that's what happens when you're human. But what if I told you that you could take all those relationship challenges away and have the perfect partner? That is, perfect person. Well, not really person, but it's beautiful, it's sexy, it's charming, it's understanding. It's an AI sex bot. A former senior executive at Google, a guy by the name of Mo Gawat, he says it's the future of relationships and intimacy. He says that not only will AI sex robots bring in a redesign of love and relationships, but you're actually going to believe that your sex robot is real. Mo says this: it's all about signals in your brain that you enjoy companionship and sexuality. And if you really want to take the magic out of it, it can be simulated. Wow. You know what, Mo? Here's the deal. We're going to have to agree to disagree on this one. But if there's one surefire way where AI can wipe out humans, it's in their pants. All right, number 2, the Twitter killer. Not so much. Over 1 million folks signed up for Threads. It's the fastest growing app ever. I signed up. I don't even know why I did. I don't know what it's doing. It's really just like Twitter. But the app dropped from 49 million active daily users this past week to just 23 million. Yes. The first reviews are not so good. Longtime Twitter users are complaining about bugs and basic features. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. And now it has, guess what, scams and robots. Okay. Now, I know that a lot of folks don't like Elon Musk and all his antics. But let me tell you, this Threads is just not going to make it. I think that Zuck just needs to go back to his metaverse and just live there alone. Number 3 on our list, poor customer service. One tech company is feeling a little guilty about it. I'm talking about Apple and Goldman Sachs. And they're saying that they're going to be giving those of you who have an Apple savings account with Goldman Sachs a $100 credit. And why? Because they say that our customer service was just not so good. We want to do better. Now, think about that. You're just going to get $100. They must be making some money at Goldman Sachs and Apple, don't you think, to give everybody $100? You don't have to do anything. By the way, it's just going to drop right into your account. Number 4, talk to the hand. I'm talking about the Amazon Palm payment technology systems. We talked about it here before. Like, for example, you can use your Palm to buy beer at the Colorado Rocky Stadium, and the Palm scan will actually know if you're 21 years. You can buy soup at Panera, again, just with the palm of your hand. Now, Whole Foods, all 500 stores by the end of this year, you're going to be able to use your Palm ID. It's stored in the cloud, and so is all of your personal banking information, your facial IDs, and you have to hand all of that over to Amazon to connect that with your Palm scan. And what if that gets hacked? That's my big concern. That is. I know they say it's all encrypted, but, I did try the Palm technology at Whole Foods not too long ago because I just wanted to see how it worked. And it is very convenient. You just put your little hand over and then you're just out the door. You don't even have to pick out your phone to tap anymore. But afterwards, I went into my Amazon account and I deleted my Palm print. I don't know, it just kind of felt a little weird to me. And finally, this coming in at number 5. It's a super popular TikToker. A gal that goes by the name of Pinky Doll. That's her name, Pinky Doll. And she streams things, 6 or 7 hours a day. And I'm not going to tell you more about her quite yet. I want you to listen to what Pinky Doll says on TikTok. Here, right now.
Balloon. Grab, 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 grab. Coconut, so good. Oh, gang, gang. Gang, gang.
Okay.
Ice cream, so good.
Okay, this is what she does for 6 hours a day. 6 hours a day. Okay. So what happens is she's actually responding to people sending her virtual gifts, like anything from ice cream cones to little hearts. And Pinky Doll pretends to be a non-playable character in a video game. And so these are the characters that just hang around the sidelines on Grand Theft Auto or Skyrim or Mario, and they just don't do anything. And when you walk up to them, they have these automated responses and movements. So Pinky Doll says these nonsensical things like, ice cream's so good, or she pops kernels of popcorn with a flat iron while she's doing it. So how much do you think she makes a day doing this for 6 hours a day? How much? Well, let me just tell you, you're wrong. You make $7,000 a day. $7,000 a day doing that. Okay. If you do the math, that's $2.5 million a year. Oh my, $2.5 million a year. Good for her. Yes, man, I don't know.
Get cash for clothes at Plato's Closet in North Charleston and West Ashley. It's so easy. Recycle, earn cash, repeat. We pay cash on the spot for your trendy, gently used clothing, shoes, and accessories. At Plato's Closet, we buy all seasons, all day, every day. It's time to clean out your closet and cash in. Bring in your denim, graphic tees, athletic wear, shoes, handbags, and more. Sell your styles to Plato's Closet for cash. Then, do it again. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.
Okay, folks, we have a great story for you today. You don't want to miss this. Sean Warner is the guy's name. Now, he's a former Army paratrooper who switched lanes to follow this lifelong dream he had of becoming an author. So he published his first novel called Lee Howard and the Ghosts of Simons Pierce Manor back in November 2022. Now, the book's great, but it only sold about 150 copies. It just kind of hovered there. But then life threw a total curveball. Okay, here's how it went down. Sean's sitting there at a Kroger store in Texas, signing and promoting his book, and not really expecting a whole lot. And then in walks this guy, Jared Red Swearingen. And they talk and they chit-chat, and Red decides to grab a book, and then he does something else. He also starts recording a video that he is going to post on TikTok. And then the internet goes crazy. The video racked up 19 million views, over 3 million likes. And just like that, Sean's book is at the top of the Amazon bestsellers list. And all of this in a blink of an eye, a week. I mean, imagine this. The guy wrote the book. It's been sitting there since November of 2022, and then it just blows up. All right, to tell us the whole story is Sean himself. Sean, thank you so much for being here on the show. Take us back to that day in the Kroger store.
I was sitting just doing a book signing. I've done several before this. Kroger's has this National Authors in the Grocery Store program. There was a lull in the store, so nobody was coming by to talk to me. And I'd been sitting there since 9 a.m., skipped lunch to sit there. And Red came by at around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So I'd been there for a while when he came by.
So how many people actually stopped by in, say, those 6 hours?
Well, a lot of people have stopped by, but in terms of sales, I think I'd sold 12 books that day.
All right.
Which is a fairly decent day up to that point, and he just stopped by, he saw me sitting alone, and out of the kindness of his heart, Red came over and started talking to me. And we talked about the book and his interest in it, and he asked if he could take a tip-top video, and I said, sure, if I could help him while I was there, more's the better.
Right. And so then what did he do in the video?
He asked me about the book, and he said he wanted to buy a copy to give away on his TikTok channel. Asked if I'd mind, which of course I didn't. And he just filmed it, and that was kind of the end of it. It was the smallest thing. And I that's really the heartbeat of this story, is a small act of kindness just exploded my world. And it's just amazing.
So how many books have you sold to date?
Oh, a few days ago, my publisher told me we were at about 56,000 copies sold.
Wow. Isn't that something? I mean,
that's an incredible number for a debut author.
And all over the world, right?
All over the world. It was kind of funny. I woke up Saturday morning before the book signing. I think I knew 12 people, and then woke up Monday morning. I'm getting best wishes from Bulgaria. It's just crazy.
And now the reviews. I mean, you must have been in the beginning, like when people started buying the books, like, oh, I hope they're just not buying it because of this TikTok guy. I hope that they really enjoy it, because it takes a long time to write a book, right?
It does. And that was a real concern for me. We started out confused. We didn't know what was going on. And then we saw the TikTok video, and my first reaction was exactly what you said. I didn't want pity sales or sympathy sales or anything like that. But then the reviews started coming in. I'm up to around 2,000 views now, or reviews on Amazon. And by and large, they're in the 4.9 to 5 out of 5 stars reviews. So people are enjoying the book, which is what it was intended for. So then I started to relax a little bit and enjoying the ride.
Now, let me ask you a question. Have you read every single review?
I don't read every single review. This is just too much to read. But I do skim through them, and people point out ones that they think, knowing me, that they think that I would get the most enjoyment out of.
So tell me about the review that meant the most to you.
The ones that people say that they're reading it with their kids mean a lot to me. The ones that say that it reignites their passion for reading is gone dim, but it's reignited. But the one that stands out in my mind, excuse me, is a young girl who did a book report on the book, and her parents posted a review, said she loves this book, and they posted a picture of her doing some fan art of Lee.
Nice.
That just meant so much to me.
It's like they're coming alive off the pages at that point, right?
Right. And I wrote this book for young people to read, to be a fun read. That's if I wanted to say I had a cause, that would be it. When I was a kid, I was reading books for fun, and it kind of gave me a pause button on all the stuff I was going through, and all kids go through. Right. And reading was fun, and I think we've gotten away from allowing kids to read fun books because of all the serious stuff out there and the classics that need to be read. But I think reading should be fun, and that's why I wrote the book.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so one last question. Of course, this has happened to you, so now you want to pay it forward. What would that be?
Mm-hmm. I really don't know, because this is such an unprecedented thing for a debut author. I of course, support the indie bookshops. Those are the places that I grew up in as a kid.
Right.
Any writers who have questions, I try to answer them and give them the benefit of experience. But they need to bear in mind, this is my debut novel.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just as much as a baby writer as the rest of them.
Well, congratulations on your success. And I'm sure there's going to be an animation series now, podcasts and characters and all kinds of stuff coming into your future. And thank you for your service to our country as well, Sean.
Oh, well, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.
What a great guy. Okay, once again, the title of the book is Lee Howard and the Ghost of Simon's Pierce Manor, and you can find it on Amazon, and it's Sean Warner is the author. I just love success stories, don't you? It's so amazing how one guy made a difference in this guy's life forever and his family.
This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute and available lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Okay, now we're going to head over into Reddit. They have this really busy community called Am I the A-Hole? It's where folks go there and they tell their deepest, darkest secrets and situations, and then they ask the whole Reddit community, am I an a-hole or not? And then the crowd steps in, they cast their votes, and they put all kinds of comments out there. So now it's time for you to put on the judge's hat. Are they or are they not the a-hole? But wait, there's more, because we have a special guest contestant just ready and primed, because they want to compete for the grand prize. You know what that is? A Kim Komando Show fanny pack. That's right. And joining us this week is Victoria in La Jolla, California. Hello there, Victoria.
I'm excited, and if I am blessed to be a winner, it will turn from just a fanny pack into an amazing dog treat Kim Komando pack.
Oh, that's even better yet. Okay, so here's how it's going to work, Victoria. I'm going to read you a story. Now, this one's kind of long, so you're going to have to follow it. I'm ready. I was going to edit it down, but there are details in here that you need to hear, okay? So it goes like this. My mom and dad made a family YouTube channel, and it started when I was 13. I'm 17 now. I have 2 younger siblings. They're 7 and 9 years old. At first, I went along with the YouTube channel because it was kind of fun, and I didn't expect it to get that big, but it did. And as I've been getting older, I'm getting creepy comments and harassed online, and I feel like I can't relax at home when home is a content farm. I've argued with my family a lot. They agreed to stop making me the subject of videos, but so many of our family photos and videos are for the family, they end up online. They argue, saying that they were just filming my siblings and I was around, and of course, I live there. But they won't take down any of the old videos of me because they're making advertising revenue from the videos. So I went on Instagram and TikTok, and I made a public post saying, I'm the girl from the fill in the blank family blogging channel. I'm not comfortable with my life being used for content. I don't consent to being filmed at home or living my life on YouTube. So if you did ever watch these videos, would you please unsubscribe and report any content that you see of me online? Well, after that, people must have reported the videos because the family YouTube channel was demonetized. My parents turned off the comments since so many people were talking about it. Now, my parents are furious at me for affecting their income. I yelled at them that they both need to grow up and get a real job that doesn't depend on filming their kids for the internet. My mom got angry, saying that there are other ways to work things out and we shouldn't get the channel demonetized. And I said, I tried. I wanted you to take down the videos, but you won't. So now I'm grounded. And for I don't know how long, it sucks because that's more time that I have to spend here in the YouTube content farmhouse. So am I the a-hole for posting online about not wanting to be part of the family YouTube channel content farm?
While I sympathize with the parents wanting to monetize a fun YouTube channel, I have to say I am with the young girl preserving her privacy, her public face, her personal brand. I'm absolutely 100% behind her. While her parents do have a right to ground her, I think she also has a right to search out an adult advocate and sit down and have a therapy meeting with a impartial third party between her parents and herself, because privacy is critically important to everybody, particularly in this digital age, and particularly to all teenagers, never mind a young teenage girl. Her content will live forever online. There's nothing she can ever do about that at this point, but she can stop it from going forward and should not be punished for that. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I'm a mom, but I'm still with the daughter on this.
All right. Let's see what the internet said on Reddit. You're absolutely right, Victoria. Everybody stood behind this young woman. Last time I checked, she had, I think, almost 2,000 comments from people saying, hey, you know what, you did the right thing. Just like you mentioned, go find an advocate. And this way you can talk to your parents. And because they're probably not going to get a real job because they have a 7 and 9-year-old coming up. But that also may make the younger siblings think outside the box as well, right? Yes.
Absolutely.
All righty. So that we solved that dilemma. I know you have a question for me, so how can I lend a hand?
Well, first I want to say that, as you will recall, I run a small animal rescue, and we recently had a kitten litter, which we are now calling the Kim Commando Kittens, and we've named one after you and Mary Ann, and soon there will be one named after Amber and the rest of your crew as well.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Victoria.
Well, thank you for your advocacy for all of us digitally, as well as for your pets. Here's my problem. I had a Kindle, the hardware type of Kindle type tablet, and I love listening to books on it because I multitask and listen to the books via the accessibility function that's built into all of the Kindles.
Yeah,
However,
it works great.
one of my darling. Oh, it was wonderful. The computer voice just sounds so human, and it's very listenable, and I can increase it. It's wonderful. Anyway, however, one of my dogs didn't feel the same way and ate the Kindle.
Oh, okay. All right.
Bless his heart. So my board members, bless their heart, replaced it not with a Kindle, but with a Samsung tablet that has a Kindle app. So I did download the books, but the app in the Samsung does not have a way to read just the books. I tried to use their accessibility, and it reads other stuff, but not just the books. All I want it to do is read me books so I can clean up and feed the animals while I'm listening to books and multitask.
And it'd be kind of rude to go back to them and say, hey, you know what, thanks for the tablet, but I really just wanted a Kindle.
I know. And they were so kind and generous.
I know.
Oh.
All right. Well, you do have a solution. There's an app, and it's called at Voice Aloud Reader. Okay.
Voice Aloud Reader.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so there's an at sign, and then it's Voice Aloud Reader. And you can find that in the Google Play Store. So basically what you're going to do is open the Kindle app and then head over to the book that you'd like to read. And
Yes.
the problem is that you have to select the text that you want to be read aloud. Okay. And that's the downside is you're going to probably have to do this like page by page by page by page. I know. I'm sorry. But that's.
Can we appeal to your giant readership and say this is an opportunity for somebody to reinvent this app so that we can use it without doing it page by page?
Yeah. Let me see if there's that's the one that I know of. But, if anybody's listening and you found a better solution, I want you to go ahead and drop me a note through the webpage. And if the solution works, I'll tell you what, I will give you a Kim Komando Show doggy treat holder. What do you think?
That's fantastic.
All right. So one will go to you, Victoria, and one will go to the first person who tells me how they can make the Kindle app read on a Samsung tablet. Because, my thought is initially that, Amazon, that's always been their big feature, the text to speech. And they probably want to make that a little bit proprietary to their whole devices. But if that doesn't work, and it still is just going page by page, Victoria, I'm sure we can figure out how to donate a Kindle to you. So we'll make you whole. Either way, we'll make you whole. We will. And congrats on the big win, and thanks for playing along. There used to be a kid in Maine who had his chicken named after me, Kim, and he would call from time to time, about laptops or what type of gaming system that he needed. And I'd always hear this chicken in the background. And so one day when he called, I said, "Hey, what happened to Kim, the chicken?" And the phone line went silent, like that radio silent for like 20 seconds. And I'm like, "Hey, are you still there?" And he goes, "Well, I hate to tell you, but we ate Kim." It's like, oh, no, that's so sad. All right, let's talk about subscriptions. Oh, my gosh, it's crazy. It seems like everywhere you turn, somebody wants you to pay them a monthly fee for something. But there are ways that you can save money on these subscriptions. And let's start with Amazon. Now, if you don't already have a Prime membership, I don't know who you are, but if you want to try it, you get a free 30-day trial, by the way. And it costs $140 a year. Now, you can split this cost with a friend or family member and still get all the benefits. Now, each person will get their own account, so you do maintain your privacy, but you will have access to each other's payment methods. So only do this with a person who you trust. Now, you can also add up to 4 teens, ages between 13 and 17, to the plan for free. And then every teen in the household gets their own Amazon login. But an adult has to approve all their purchases on the plan. So again, if you or your husband or you and somebody else are each paying for your Amazon account, just know that you can share the account, and then you can also share all the benefits with your kids as well. The same thing with Apple. They have something called Apple One. So if you have a lot of folks in your family that are on iPhones or iPads or any other iDevice that may be out there, just know that they have family plans that you can save some money. We did that. We just saved a ton of money. And I would suggest that you check it out too. Ditto if you're a Google family, because they have basic plans and standard and premium plans too, that you can also set up family sharing for the storage and anything else that you buy. And so in case you're interested in this, we have more information over on the website. Of course, head over to komando.com, and when you're there, just hit that button that says Show Pics right on the homepage.
This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row, all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
All right, back to the phones we go with David in Indiana.
Hi. I'm so excited I've never spoken to a digital goddess before.
Oh, well, here you go. I'd say you could go win the $1 billion lottery, but I heard that somebody already did that. So,
okay.
It's your lucky day. So what's going on?
Right. Well, I got a call from my son, my adult son, and he said, "Hey, are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, I just got a text from somebody saying that if you want to see your father alive, send some money. You have to send some money to this number or something." Mm-hmm. And he's no dummy. He didn't fall for it, but we were thinking, well, there might be people who did. And I checked out the window. There weren't any black cars driving up the driveway or anything. So I figured we figured it probably wasn't anything serious. But again, there's people who might get fooled with this. And I just wondered, there's got to be some way to somebody to report this kind of guy to, or this kind of action.
It's called the Internet Crime Complaint Center. It's IC3.gov, and it's part of the FBI. But these are the latest scare tactics that the scammers are using right now. I don't want to call them hackers because they're not hackers. These are just miscreants, and these are scammers. That your son's phone number, somehow they got it. Maybe it was publicly posted on some website because so many are now, with people don't even know it. And then with a family tree, they figured out what your name is, and so they texted him and they said that, and and hoping to engage your son in some type of conversation.
Sure.
And people do fall for this, up to including voice cloning. We had a gal on the show not too long ago who she got a call from her daughter, who said that she was kidnapped and mom needed to send $3,000. Well, it was all a scam. What they did is they cloned the girl's voice from her social media videos, because you only need a couple of minutes of somebody's voice to clone it. Yeah. And you know how much it costs to clone a voice now? Just a basic clone. Okay.
I bet it's just pennies.
It's, you know what? You're absolutely right. It's $4.
Wow.
Okay. Now, you're not going to get a high quality clone. I mean, you're not going to get it where they can say any word in any book and make it have tone and inflection, but it's enough to fool somebody. It's enough that if you get a call from your kid and they say that they're kidnapped, or they've been in a car accident, or they lost their passport, they're in jail, whatever it may be, it's enough for you to stand up and take notice.
Right. Sure.
So, does this mean that you've been hacked or your son has been hacked? Absolutely not. It just means that he got put on a list, and they're going to go through any way possible so that this way they can make their money. Anything that they can do. They don't care. You know what? There are training camps in Europe and in Africa and in India where they're teaching children how to scam Americans. So you have to be smart. And your son was smart, saying, you know what, Dad, are you okay? And that's your first rule of thumb. If you ever get a call, no matter who it's from, maybe it's your neighbor who says that your dog got hit and she took the dog to the vet and now you owe $600 and she paid it, so you need to give her your credit card number so she can get $600 from you or Venmo or whatever it may be. Okay. You just need to be smart. You get a phone call, you get a text, something's wrong, you need to call that person back, you need to text them, but I prefer if you call them. Just call them, hear their voice, make sure that everything's good, you get peace of mind, and then you move on. And block the call, report the call to your carrier, as well as you can make an incident report over at the Internet Crime Complaint Center. Once again, that's IC3.gov. David, thank you for your call. Now, the big takeaway for this is that if you ever get a phone call, you want to just hang up and try to contact that child directly or whoever that person is. And you want to be skeptical, especially if they're pressuring you to send any money. Yeah, that would be really bad. Now, you can report the call to local enforcement. Not sure they're going to do anything, but at least there'll be a report. Then you can also file a complaint at the Internet Crime Complaint Center, as I mentioned, or over at the FTC.gov. Hey, thanks to technology, cameras are super small. They can be hidden anywhere. I'm talking about electrical outlets, smoke detectors, even TV remotes can have a hidden spy cam. So how do you find them? First, you open your phone's camera app and you switch to the front-facing camera. You want to turn off all the lights in the room and you walk around. Now, if you see any white flashes, that's probably a hidden camera's infrared light. Now, you can also invest in an RF detector. I like the anti-spy detector over on Amazon, sells for around $40. It picks up RF signals from devices like wireless cams or even these audio listening devices. And you want to make sure that you have turned off all the electrical devices first before you use that, by the way. You can also sign on to the network and see if there are any hidden MAC addresses that you don't recognize. And if you find any cameras, you want to call the cops. That's the bottom line, especially if you're an Airbnb or a rental like that. Hey, be sure to tell 3 friends about the show. You can find me at Commando.com.
This program is a copyrighted production of Westar Multimedia Entertainment and protected by the copyright laws. Any rebroadcast or use of this program for commercial, business, economic, or financial purposes without the written permission of Westar Multimedia Entertainment is strictly prohibited.
Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And that's just the beginning. Do you Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Terms and conditions apply. Your mobile carrier's availability and message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Get cash for clothes at Plato's Closet in North Charleston and West Ashley. It's so easy. Recycle, earn cash, repeat. We pay cash on the spot for your trendy, gently used clothing, shoes, and accessories. At Plato's Closet, we buy all seasons, all day, every day. It's time to clean out your closet and cash in. Bring in your denim, graphic tees, athletic wear, shoes, handbags, and more. Sell your styles to Plato's Closet for cash. Then, do it again. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.